Have you ever noticed how some stories vanish before they even begin? In a world where every moment is live-streamed, tweeted, or posted, how does something like a death on Mount Everest simply disappear? It's May 2025. The air in Nepal is crisp with the start of another Everest climbing season. The Khumbu Valley is alive with tension and anticipation. Sherpas prep gear, climbers check oxygen tanks, and base camp buzzes like a temporary city. Everyone there shares one dream: to stand on the roof of the world. Among them is a man few notice, not famous, not loud, just quietly present. His name is Kim Jun, 36 years old, a South Korean engineer who's not chasing sponsorships or social media clout. No major brand logos stitched into his parka, no documentaries following his journey. He's just there, focused, calm, almost invisible. But the people who did notice Kim could tell. This wasn't just a bucket list climb. There was weight behind every step he took. Not the weight of gear. Something heavier, something emotional, something that followed him like a shadow up that mountain. 2 years earlier in 2023, Kim's younger brother Kim Jun died in a hiking accident in Korea's Taebaek Mountains. They recovered the body, but they never recovered Kim. After that, he became obsessed. Friends remember him watching expedition videos deep into the night, taking notes about routes, altitudes, oxygen strategies, like he was preparing for something more than just a climb. One phrase kept slipping from his mouth: mountains give. Mountains take. I need to understand why. So when he left Seoul in late April 2025, his friends and family didn't question it. They understood. This wasn't for fame. This wasn't for the summit photo. This was personal. It was for Kim Jun. It was for answers. By the time Kim arrived at Everest Base Camp, it was already a buzzing mess of tents, chatter, and helicopter noise. Climbers from every corner of the world unpacked gear, checked vitals, and mentally prepared for the harshest test on Earth. Kim joined a small guided expedition team, mostly keeping to himself. One Sherpa later described him as the man with haunted eyes. And yet, something about his presence felt off. Not bad, just strange. Like he was there but already somewhere else in his mind. He avoided journalists, refused interviews, never posted a single photo to social media. His name didn't even appear on the official climber registry until later, almost like someone added it after the fact. Quietly, why would someone want to hide that he was even there? Still, the climb began as they always do, through the Khumbu icefall, a maze of towering ice blocks and deep crevasses. Then to Camp 1, Camp 2. The higher they went, the thinner the air got. But Kim was steady, not fast, not flashy, just focused. Some said he barely spoke except to ask about the weather. Then something strange happened at Camp 2. One night, Kim's oxygen mask malfunctioned. The team offered him a spare regulator, but he shook his head, said, "I'll manage." His voice was weak. The Sherpas begged him to turn back, but he didn't. He pressed on. By May 9th, he reached Camp 3. Clinging to the icy wall of Lhotse face, wind screamed across the tents. Climbers huddled for warmth, passing time with chatter or sleep. But Kim sat alone, scribbling in a small black notebook, writing fast, focused. That notebook would never be found again. 2 days later, May 11th, Kim joined the summit push. The weather window was brief, brutal, and overcrowded. Climbers lined the fixed ropes like ants on a thread. Kim stood in the middle of that human chain, his hood pulled tight, his eyes locked on the summit. At Camp 4, the infamous death zone, oxygen is a luxury and time is borrowed. Witnesses say Kim collapsed there just for a moment, gasping. His Sherpa guide told him to stop. Kim's answer, "I must go." And he did. At 3:20 a.m. on May 12th, near the Hillary Step, Kim was seen alive for the last time. And then, nothing. No headlines, no obituaries, no social media posts. Silence. Normally, when someone dies on Everest, the news spreads fast. Photos, names, tributes. But with Kim, nothing. His name disappeared from expedition records. Even climbers who'd seen him were told they must be mistaken. No Korean climber died here this year, they were told. How can a man vanish from the most watched mountain on Earth and from history itself? Some believe it was politics. South Korea was in a sensitive diplomatic moment. A death on Everest during a national holiday. Bad optics. Others believe it was more sinister, that Kim's death exposed negligence, or that the guiding company made a decision they couldn't afford to admit. Kim's malfunctioning mask at Camp 2? A Sherpa later claimed he'd asked for a spare from the gear cache, but it was empty. Equipment, they were told, had been delayed, stuck at base camp. But Sherpas, no logistics. That didn't add up. Some whispered the company didn't want to waste gear on an unsponsored, quiet climber. If Kim had died because of a fixable malfunction, it wasn't just a tragedy, it was liability. Other climbers began to whisper. Some said they saw a tarp-covered body near Camp 4, quietly dragged away. One climber even took a photo showing a yellow boot in the snow. But days later, that photo disappeared from his phone. Deleted, not by him. Back in Seoul, Kim's mother waited for a call that never came. She checked news apps, refreshed her messages. Nothing. She contacted the climbing company. Their response? We have no record of a client by that name. Imagine that. Your son flies to Nepal, sends a selfie from base camp, and then the company swears he was never there. Rumors swirled. Maybe Kim climbed under a false identity, but fellow climbers saw his Korean passport. His permit existed. Late in the registry, yes, but it was real. So why the denial? Then came the leak. On June 1st, an email circulated among Everest insiders. It came from a supposed Nepali official. It stated that a Korean male climber, aged 36, died near the South Summit on May 12th. The email listed the altitude, time of death, even named a Sherpa witness. Within hours, the email vanished, but not before screenshots were taken. This wasn't just a missing climber. This was a deliberate erasure. And then came a new twist, a torn page. Found near Camp 4, Korean script, barely legible but chilling. It read, "If I don't return, know this. They are watching. The mountain is not the only danger." Kim's black notebook wasn't just journal entries, it was evidence, names, coordinates, observations. One climber, Ethan Cole, later said Kim believed guiding companies were falsifying summit reports, that rich clients who didn't make it to the top were photographed just below it and declared heroes anyway. According to Ethan, Kim had notes proving this, notes that could destroy reputations, and maybe that's why he had to be silenced. Ethan said after they shared a tent at Camp 4, Kim tore out a page and slipped it into Ethan's glove. "If I don't make it, show this." That page later surfaced. It listed damning lines, summit records falsified, money flows to officials. If my name disappears, it was not the mountain. 4 initials followed, RLHTKS. People in the industry shuddered. These weren't random letters. These were names, people high in the Everest hierarchy. And there was one more line, faint but still legible. 3 deaths before me. 1 silenced Sherpa. 2 fake summits. No one listened. That was followed by another cryptic scribble. Altitude forgives nothing, but people do for a price. Some said the handwriting trailed off at the edge of the page, like he was interrupted or rushed. But the message was clear. This wasn't just personal, it was systemic. A climber desperate to tell the truth, racing against forces determined to suppress it. And those initials, RLHTKS, They started appearing on anonymous forums tied to whispers of past expeditions gone wrong. Guides, officials, sponsors, no one was above suspicion now. Even permits from those seasons were quietly reviewed behind closed doors. The notebook hadn't just exposed a lie, it had started a quiet war. Meanwhile, more strangeness unfolded. A Canadian guide heard from a Sherpa who confessed Kim was alive when he collapsed. Barely, but alive. The guide asked why didn't they try to save him. The Sherpa said the team leader made a call. Leave him. We can't risk others. A harsh decision, but not unheard of in the death zone. What was unheard of? What happened after? The body, he claimed, was moved. Not just left behind, hidden, tucked away in a remote crevasse, away from the usual path. That was something else entirely. Then came the video. A journalist in Kathmandu received a USB drive with no return address. On it, grainy footage from Camp 4 at night. Headlamps flickering, figures dragging something large across the snow. One voice in Nepali, "Hurry!" before sunrise. What they dragged was unmistakably human. The journalist tried to publish. His article was pulled within hours. Then he disappeared. People whispered about a network, not just one company or one government. A system, money, image, power, fear. Kim, they said, had gotten too close to the truth, and someone wanted that truth buried. The black notebook, the torn page, the yellow boot. All of it told a story louder than any official report. But Kim's mother wouldn't let the silence win. She pressed on, spoke to local reporters, held up his last photo, prayer flags fluttering at base camp, and asked the world not to forget. Then a man named Oren stepped forward. He met her at a small tea house, slid a USB across the table. "This is all I could save." On it, 3 images, a summit certificate with altered names. A climber posed just below the peak, passed off as the summit, and Kim sitting outside his tent, notebook in hand. The timestamp, 24 hours before he vanished. Oren wouldn't say more, just that the notebook wasn't lost. It was taken. In early August, a dark web page appeared briefly. Fragments of Kim's notes typed out. One line echoed, "He was not the first. He will not be the last. Stop digging." But people didn't stop. A Sherpa finally posted anonymously on an encrypted forum, said he was ordered to move Kim's body, not leave it, not mark it, hide it. Why? So no one would find it, he wrote. And the notebook, it was taken. The whispers were now a storm. And then, one more twist. A climber released a video from Camp 4, inside a tent, voices arguing. Kim's voice is clear, exhausted, but determined. "They paid for lies," he says. "If I speak, they'll erase me." Another voice snaps back. "Shut up. You don't know what you're doing." The video ends, but the silence finally cracked. Mrs. Kim held a press conference outside the South Korean parliament. She held up the note, her son's handwriting trembling in the wind. "My son did not die because of Everest. He died because of lies." The clip went viral. Hashtags surged, questions exploded. The Everest industry denied, called it hysteria. But the denials only made the truth ring louder. Then a final image surfaced. A photograph, a yellow boot half buried in snow. The same kind Kim wore. On the back, in shaky English, "Do not search." But it was too late. Kim's voice had been found, and it wouldn't be silenced again. His story isn't just about a man lost to the mountain. It's about a system that lets some vanish without a trace, while protecting others at all costs. His mother still holds on to that smudged photo, next to his picture beneath the prayer flags. And as long as someone remembers, Kim Jun hasn't disappeared, because Everest may be tall, but not even Everest can bury the truth forever. Thank you for watching. If truth matters more than silence, if voices like Kim's deserve to be heard, then don't let this story fade. Share it, speak his name, and never stop asking the questions that make the powerful uncomfortable. Subscribe to the channel. Join the community that refuses to look away. The mountain is watching, and so are we.